I know what the problem is. Okay. Actually, my computer. I apologize.
You
It's
sound
being
like Kurt.
slow. Lately, every time the fan comes on, the computer just slows down to nothing.
Yeah, Marianne just texted that she's given up on trying to connect. She's in Mexico, and when we give her a phone number, it's an international
Okay.
issue. So
All right. Maybe she can come on another time. Okay, come on. There we go. Welcome to Collaboration Conversations. I'm your host, Regina Partain Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy and co-founder of the CEO Holy Grail. And today I get the pleasure of having my guest co-host as to be Mr. Kurt Roskopf. Welcome, Kurt. How you doing? And we lost his picture just as we welcomed him.
there you go.
There you are. We love technology, don't we? Welcome, Kurt. How's everything going?
Everything's going really good. Thank you very much. Just
Awesome.
trying to get a splashing entry here. So I think I succeeded.
You achieved it. Awesome. Awesome. So Kurt I love the work that you're doing, first of all. Let me just say that. You are the ambassador of Project Die Hard. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that, but also working with the Disability Channel in their commitment to veterans and everything they do. And I'm married to a veteran. I appreciate all of our veterans, so I appreciate anybody who works with them and helps them, and especially those who have disabilities from their service. So thank you so much for that. So, Kurt, would you please tell us a bit about your journey getting to this place that you are now and who you serve and why that's important to you?
Absolutely. Thank you, Regina. So the beginning point that helps everything fall together is the sport of water skiing. I'm a lifetime water skier, and we perform water ski shows. Our water ski show group performs an annual event called Waterfront Festival, which is an opportunity for diverse ability athletes, community members with disabilities, to come and water ski with us. And what happened a dozen years ago is Sue and I, my wife Sue here in the show, she and I had an opportunity with a community member to introduce that community member to our show director and to embark upon, for the first time in the history of water skiing, that a community member like that would come in and be a part of a mainstream water ski show, like at our local lake. So what happened is that gentleman ended up going home dry, not skiing, because two of our friends, president and board member, told me no, and then Sue caught wind of that, and she also caught wind of that our friends didn't even go over and give this community member common courtesy to say, sorry, it's not going to work out for you to ski. So she did that. So this whole thing, Sue and I and our daughter, we talked about it, and we were disturbed enough to respond to one of the reactions that we were given. There was like 20 reasons these two folks came up with why this community member should not ski that night, none of which my family and I agreed with. But the one that really caught on, that opened up the opportunity to respond, was our one friend that we still ski with. She says, well, if he skis, everybody's got to ski. Yeah, so that's
what a novel idea.
yeah. So what did the Roskopfs do? Like Marc Beili was talking before the show, the Wrath of Roskopfs. We came back and we created the Everybody Skis program, the Inclusion of Water Skiing campaign. And so, with community members with disabilities, we were able to partner with them and let them lead the way as demonstrators to how they do have a place in water ski shows and in the entirety of water skiing with sit skis and all the adaptive equipment. And one of the experiences in this journey is I went down to Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. And that day, this one day, of their like dozen days that the Twin Lake Aquanuts do their aquatics program, including adaptive water skiing, they had they had Wounded Warriors. The Wounded Warrior
Mm,
Project was there. And so this gave me a unique opportunity to talk to our injured and wounded veterans
yes.
and service providers within the veteran community. And it got us on a trail where from there, like with the Veteran Affairs, the VA Hospital in Milwaukee and so forth, all of a sudden, one of Sue's former employers is the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee. And we found out that they do great work in veteran suicide prevention. And so this got us on the trail to really recognize, like, wow, yeah, we do all this water skiing, but if we lose the person, if they die by suicide,
Yeah.
the Roskopfs are not going to be taking them water skiing. So this became part of our program, that suicide prevention is part of our adaptive water ski regimen, that we participate in that because we want those people who are still alive, our veterans, we want them to stay alive. And one of the suicide prevention stories in water skiing is that Miss Wheelchair, Illinois, um, she tells a story about how water skiing did save her life because she's got a
Mm,
degenerative disease, depression, suicide ideation, all the things. And luckily, a friend told her about the Twin Lakes Aquanaut program, and getting involved in water skiing was and is her lifeline. you know
wow.
so that's a little bit what's going on. And
Amazing.
so then what happened is, a few years ago I met Brian Gibson through this type of thing. Imagine, it's me, the one hosting, and then Brian's like backstage. I don't see him. I didn't even know he was going to be a part of the show. And then all of a sudden the host says, Kurt, we got another guest here. We got to wrap this up. Oh, okay. And what does Brian do? Oh, um, combating veteran suicide by spreading hope to veterans. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Let's bring Brian in. And he and I had an hour-long conversation following the live
Wow.
stream, and I became an ambassador. Now Sue is an ambassador of Project iHeart as well, and that's really the big key to everything for us, is serving veterans and getting over and above this issue that veteran suicide not just increases, but the rate at which it increases. So
Yeah.
it's really spiraling out of control. And so it's
Yeah.
an all hands on deck initiative. And we hope that everybody finds a way to respond to this issue, because if we don't have everybody, we're saying our veterans, might as well just let our veterans die if we don't
I
come
s-
in and be part of this.
I so appreciate the work that you're doing. It's so needed. Thank you. I truly, truly do. Yeah. Um, Not the suicide part, but the veterans' disabilities certainly touches close to home for me as well. Um, in my family. So I appreciate that work. Thank you. So, Kurt, would you please introduce each of our guests and have them give a brief history of their journey and who they serve and why?
Okay. Well, I feel there's a little bit of pressure here to go over to my wife Sue. Someone told me to realize she's my better three quarters. That the Kurt
Oh,
is not enough credit.
I love it.
Mm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
No
So
pressure, Sue. No
no pressure
pressure.
at all.
yeah. So yeah, Sue is in here representing our podcast network and a lot of the work we do in outreach, and what we're doing right here with you, Regina. Sue comes in and moonlights with us. Like, she just finished a day at Carroll University. So Sue, take it away. Tell folks a little bit more of the backstory of what you do with all this.
Well, the backstory obviously aligns a lot with what Kurt just talked about, because we traveled that road basically together. He did way more of the legwork to make all that happen. And if it wasn't for all the things he did, we wouldn't be where we are now with
Yeah.
with all the different pieces, with the adaptive skiing and how far that's come, and even that we're connected with Project iHeart. So one thing that that happened along the way was becoming a group that wants to get that word out, right? So we had this opportunity to get on the radio locally here, and more than a decade ago started a show called Ability MKE Now. MKE is the airport code for Milwaukee, so that's the connecting point there. So Ability MKE now. Originally, it was Kurt and 4 others that were that core co-host team and did a monthly show. And then once COVID hit, it changed and we did it from home through Zoom. And before you knew it, it became a weekly show. And there was a few iterations of all this happening, but in the past, I'm not even sure now, 3+ years, I've been the main host for that. And with that, we also are doing a lot of podcasting. So we created the World of Ability Podcast Network. And it's been wonderful. We've met so many wonderful people, have had that chance to showcase what people do and how things can and do include those in if you want to say the disability community, but you get it's that whole thing of wording and
Yes.
being attentive to things that sometimes we don't think about because it never had a reason to cross our minds. And hopefully with what we do, it helps to spark those thoughts and actions.
Very good. Very good. And tell us just a little bit, if you will, Sue, about what drives you personally in this.
Well,
your why.
If you the easiest is to give an example of one of the days when we were doing adaptive water skiing. And I was actually in the boat. It's always a team effort. There's our participant behind the boat with 2 stand-up skiers next to them. And then somebody in the boat who's in charge of, as it's time to land, they, on the safety end, release the ropes into the water so that they can land safely. This particular day, the young man that was skiing, as our participant, his mom got in the boat with us so that she could take some videos and pictures. And at some point while he was back there, we could hear him just whooping it up and celebrating and, hands raised in the air. He was having so much fun. And mom is sitting next to me, just tears going down her face, because she said with what his challenges are, he's not able to express himself emotionally much at all. And to see that, I mean, actually, it's making me tear up just thinking about it, because it makes that big of a difference to people. And being able to have that opportunity, how can we not do that for people? It's something that we take for granted. We go ski all the time. And to be able to have that opportunity for others, we need to do that.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kurt, take it back. I'll turn it back to you. Continue our introductions.
All right. Sounds good. So we're going to do a little check-in here. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Emily here. So I know Emily is working on connecting to the show, so we'll see if we get good audio with her or not. But what I can share is that 5 years ago, I was referred to a lady for our World of Ability podcast network work and the radio show we have, Ability MK Now, to suggest that we interview her, Dr. Anna Maria Bliven, founder of Prosperity Pathways as a company and Onward and Upward as a nonprofit. And so we did that. We had her on our show, and, akin to collaborations here, we collaborated a lot with Anna Maria, and Emily at the time was the executive assistant, for Anna Maria. So as I was doing all of that, all of a sudden I'm kind of interacting a lot with Emily to take care of the scheduling and exchanging all the information, making it all happen. And what Emily has done is she's taken a dive into this world that we brought them, the world of television with the Disability Channel. Emily helped Dr. Anna Maria Bliven, create the television show Veterans Onward to Prosperity. And so Emily's had a lot of experience with the radio production, TV production, being a podcast engineer, engineering, time and again with Santa here. Santa does a first and third Monday networking meeting that goes out podcasting like this, and Santa's VIP panel discussion with that. But Emily, want to do a sound check? Are you there, Emily?
I am here.
Can
everybody hear me?
Yep. You're doing good. So Emily, give them more of the backstory about who you are, what you're doing. And we talked about Project Die World Ability Podcast Network, Disability Channel. We're talking about Santa here. What do you all want to share about yourself?
Well, let me see. Well, as Kara was saying, a virtual assistant, podcast assistant, and sort of kind of, well, so I've sort of always been kind of interested in the kind of office type stuff, but didn't really have a opportunity to really do it until I kind of met Kurt. And so after I met Kurt, it's kind of when it got more going, or I started doing it more than I sort of had been doing. And it's been quite the journey, right, with being a part of everything he's doing, and then meeting everybody through like the Happy Neighborhood Project and different things. And then also part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, and with that on a planning team for a conference, yearly conference, and so been involved with a lot. So does that answer your question, Kurt?
It sure does, but I'm going to throw another question at you. I'm not going to let you off
No.
this easy. Right
Yeah,
now,
you never do.
it is October 30th. My friend Dean's birthday. Happy birthday, Dean, out there. I'll get you this video so you can get that as I'm saying it. But tomorrow is October 31st, Halloween. And so we're going to have a lot of scary things going on tomorrow, including with our friend Edwin with the Happy Neighbor Project. But there's also a big event this weekend, Emily, that you play a very significant role with. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I guess that's sort of what I was just referring to. So I'm what I just said about the being on a planning committee for a conference. It is an adult autism conference.
Oh,
Yearly, that was started in 2019. I've been doing it every year since. So this is our seventh one. The first year being in person, and then 2020 through 23 was virtual on Zoom due to COVID. And then last year was the first year back doing it in person, but now as a hybrid with in person and on Zoom. And now this year is still going hybrid as well. And I just got an update of how many people have registered so far earlier today. And I think we've gotten the most so far that we've gotten ever of people who've registered. So we've got like 112 people registered so far. And,
nice.
So hopefully everybody can join us. But we have like different speakers, and then different kind of discussions during that, and to kind of sort of a part of it's kind of to help bridge the gap between the autistic community and the non-autistic community, to have better communication, and so everybody's on the same page to kind of help each other and know what each group needs and can do for whatever. But and then so we have a website, which that's kind of one of my main things I've been doing to help with finding stuff on the website. And this year we have a new thing that's hasn't happened before. We have a extra thing that's a webinar that's going to happen next week with Devin Price. I don't know if you guys have heard of Devin Price. He's an author of a couple of books. He's also an autistic and is in the Chicago land area, and I believe is a professor at university in Chicago, Loyola, I think. And so he's going to do a little presentation for us too next week, which is awesome. Which is a new thing. So anything
Got a
else?
lot going
Anybody?
on. You've got a
Yeah.
lot going on, girl.
Yeah. Anything else, Kurt, or anybody wants to ask?
Well,
But
I'll just
that's kind of an overall thing of it at the moment.
yeah, I'll just give a little rave review of this very show right here because wow, with what Emily just did there, we'll have to add on part with her list of titles she takes on. She's become a regular spokesperson.
There you go.
I believe
There
that's
you
what we
go.
just
Love
witnessed.
it.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
So another thing that Emily does is she joins Sue and me on Wednesdays at 1 Central, 2 Eastern, and she co-hosts with Sue and me for the Happy Neighborhood Project Business to Business, Happy Business Networking. HNP, Happy Business Networking, and Happy Neighborhood Project is simply the happiest place in the world for business people. So come and join us, gobrunch.com/HNP B2B and get more of that OMG EMG, which is Emily, because her middle initial is M. And her last name initial is G, which gives us EMG. OMG.
I love it.
I'm
So here
sure.
we go. So I wanted to bring up the Happy Neighborhood Project to also give another missing link to this whole narrative we have going here. I want to give a shout out to Debbie Hayes. Emily helps Debbie Hayes run the World of Pets show on the World of Ability Podcast Network. And that is Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Arizona time. And she's got a couple partners that co-host that show for her, debspets.com. And I want to give notoriety to Deb because with what we do at Project Die Hard, Debbie Hayes is a real example of a devoted patron, and partnering up with us and collaborating with us. And she did something with Santa Papa John here that is just really special to us. Santa Papa John can tell you himself what the Santa Approved program was, but Project Die Hard, has enjoyed that notoriety of being Santa approved and continuing to partner with Santa Papa John. He has a directory, Warriors Beacon of Hope. And so everything this show is, Regina, collaboration conversations, the people that are here in this show live it all day long, every day. And with that, Santa Papa John, take it away. Ho, ho, ho. He is the most marketed and marketable character in the planet.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kurt. Pleasure meeting you,
Santa.
young lady, Regina. I am
Great to
Santa
meet you,
Papa John.
Santa.
I've got well over 100,000 followers on social media, and I'm not the regular type of Santa. I create videos to promote happiness, positivity all around the world. Can you imagine you sitting in front of the big screen TV with maybe your children or your grandchildren as I read a story? I'm on the screen and I say their names actually in the story. Yes,
Oh,
creating
nice.
the wonderful memory of mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy. Play it again. Santa said my name. We all need to encourage happiness and positivity. And one of my big projects is very simple, very strenuous, and very tough for Kurt to do sometimes. Share a smile with someone you don't know. And you'll notice that Kurt and I have a wonderful relationship. We dig on each other, and Kurt's helped me in many different ways. He's introduced me to many amazing people. And yes, Kurt and Emily help, and Sue helped me with one of my podcasts that I do first and third Mondays, VIP with Santa. But I create videos to promote happiness and positivity. But I also do T-shirts, coloring books. I've even got a cookbook with Santa's favorite 50 cookie recipes. But another thing that I've started in the last month is I am reading free. Did I say free? Kurt likes free stories every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central to anybody that wants to listen to Christmas themed stories to promote a little bit more, enjoying the hot cocoa, enjoying some cookies, and enjoying some wonderful family time where you can enjoy some Christmas themed stories.
Nice.
Yeah, that it and I do that on Be Connected, and they've challenged me to break the room capacity. So the room capacity is 500 people. So I'm excited to share that anybody can come on there. It's the link is in the chat, or follow me on social media, and you'll be able to find the link. It's free. I do this every Wednesday night for 1 hour. I read a couple. Usually it's about 3 stories, and I'm having a blast doing it. And like I say to everybody that knows me, my mom, who we lost 7 years ago, she's looking down on me and giggling because she knows I hated reading and doing English all the way through my school year. And here I'm now reading stories to children of all ages to
And all
create
around
some
the world.
happiness around the world. Yes, and it's so much
Yes.
fun. But yes, it's really changed my life and changed my world. And even Kurt understands this. There is no age limit to believing in Santa. And I've got ministers following me on TikTok. I've crossed that 100,000 followers on TikTok. I've got
Wow.
pastors and ministers following me on TikTok. Why? Because I put out a good, clean, healthy product that we need so in this wonderful world that everybody is struggling right now. So if I can help in any way, and I work with Kurt and Sue with Project Die Hard and some other veteran groups, I have a whole separate website set up, the Warriors Beacon of Hope, where I'm creating a nationwide list of organizations that help veterans, scholarships, and meetings. You can't go searching for meetings right now for veterans to help them find meetings. You got to be a member of the club or the group or the organization to know when, where, and how. So
Right.
that's what I would do, Regina. I'm a very forward thinking Santa. It's changed my life, changed my world.
Like that.
And it brings me a lot of happiness to know I can share a smile with someone around the world.
And I'm sure it has not only changed your life, Santa, but it has changed the lives of those you're working with, of those you've shared your joy with, shared your messages with. I'm sure you're changing lives around the world. Thank you.
One smile at a time. Thank
One
you.
smile at a time. I love it. It's one of my favorite things
Absolutely.
is smiles.
Absolutely.
Kurt, we've got one more person here we need to introduce.
One more. In the business, we say, hey, the best is yet to come. We save the best for last, folks. And we talk, Santa's talking about smiles. And, this guy, Marc Beili, he's got that signature smile that in all of his promotional work, he gets out there far and wide. And he brings us on the Marc TV, global live stream television network, all founded with the idea of authentic television. And so Marc Beili is one of the most sincere guys you'd ever want to know. And when he connects with businesses, it's a real treat that every entrepreneur is gobbling up this guy, including myself. And, the big flair for me is that with all the community work I do, I've always had this vision that what we need is a deployment platform to get out all these great missions out around the world. And folks, I'm introducing you to the person that's making it all happen right now. Marc Beili, sound check. Are you with us? Come on in here and tell more of your story, Marc Beili. Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost your sound, Mark.
I didn't know. I was because I muted the whole time.
Okay.
It was better to get 5 minutes of praise instead of getting 5 minutes of being yelled by daddy like usual. So it's almost like it's almost November 1st. We have to start celebrating Kurt's birthday 30 days in advance and let it be known globally. So I now know I'm going to run a special event on the Marc TV that says it's Kurt's birthday, the man with the 1,000 nicknames. So every day we give him a new one. So On the Marc TV is a global streaming network that reaches over 500 million people that allows entrepreneurs the opportunity to create more visibility. The one thing that entrepreneurs have the most trouble is getting the people to know what they do and why they do it. And they spend hours in Zoom rooms and they go to networking events and they spend hours upon hours upon hours doing that. Okay. And it kills, they have to do it because how else do you reach people? Unless you're shaking hands and kissing babies, or you're going on Zoom rooms and meeting 20 or 30 people at a time. But I don't think that's enough. I think you have an opportunity to meet more people just by doing a 22-minute video and putting it on the Mark TV and reaching over 500 million people. And I do that for $100 a month, and give out people to put videos on there. And then if we're the big companies, the people that want to create more memberships and affiliates and things like that, who are begging for affiliates and reaching out and talking to 1, 2, 5 people at a time, I become their global affiliate network. You give them the opportunity to reach more people. My main goal is creating more visibility. And if the people don't know what you're doing, then nobody cares what you're doing. Yeah. So I give people the opportunity. I give entrepreneurs. I'm the same as Hulu. I'm the same as Paramount. I'm the same as HBO. I'm the same. The only difference is what they care about is your advertising. They care about giving you a movie. You paying a subscription, $20 a month or $30 a month to watch a movie. Okay, in the convenience of your home instead of going to the theater. Okay, that's what they do. They're a convenient theater. Okay, how much would you pay to be on Paramount? How much would you pay on Hulu to reach that many people, right? And people go, and I go, they pay a lot. But the problem is they don't give you that opportunity, and they never will. They don't care about entrepreneurs. They just don't. They care about media. They care about entertainment. That's their goal. I, on the other hand, have the same entertainment and better entertainment because it's family wholesome. And it's about, right now I'm showing the 10 Commandments. I'm showing Frosty the Snowman. I'm showing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm showing Christmas movies because that's what I bring joy to people and money to entrepreneurs.
Love that. That's awesome. Wow.
And all these people have been on my channel.
I gathered they probably have, and I love the synergy in this room. How interconnected you all are and working towards the same goals. I love that. And we're not going to have time for a question. We're going to do just shift a little bit here, but yeah, it's just amazing to me, and I love the causes that you have, and the people that you are helping in this world who need that help. Your hearts are on your sleeves, folks. It's so easy to see your hearts and how much you love and how much you enjoy doing what you do, and the difference that you're making in people's lives. So we're going to do one quick question around the room, okay? And then we're going to do our wrap-up round because we're running out of time. But the question I think I want you to address is, because you've been doing this and doing it so well, each of you give one tip to folks who are listening on how they can create this kind of a network around their cause. And I know you could all talk about it all day long, but one tip, what can they do to get a group of people, a group of entities supporting that cause that's so important to them? So who would like to go first? Mark.
There you go, Mark.
Well, that's an easy question to answer.
Awesome.
It's really easy. Okay. I'll give you a perfect example. Me, back in April, I got decimated by a lot of people and got destroyed by a lot of people that stabbed me in the back, who I called friends, who I called fellow entrepreneurs, who I called fellow people that were supposed to be helping me. And instead of helping me, they were just screwing me, all right, cheating me and lying to me. And luckily, by the grace of God, and some magical light over the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, I met Kurt Roskopf. And even though we bicker and bang out each other day, and thank God for Sue, who keeps him semi-normal, and that's a task in itself, trust me.
I can see that might be a challenge.
Sue is the keeper of the beacon of light. I don't know what Kurt would do without Sue. But Kurt is the beacon of light, and that's what I call him. I mean, he is the reason that we all connect. He's the reason I met Robert Butwin, who introduced me to Eric Zuley, and he introduced me to the Orange Cowboy, who introduced me to, Maureen Cooper, and then he introduced me to Anthony Sorelli of Nonprofit TV. And because of those three other people, I now am part of a conglomerate of over 50 television networks that stream to almost 1 billion people. So if there's no Kurt, there's no On the Mark TV, there's no Marc Beili that anybody cares about. I'd just be the husband of a 30-year nurse, which I was for many years. And Kurt gives you the opportunity to reach out to all these people and meet all these people. And, he is. I mean, there's a lot of people that are facilitators. There's a lot of people that run Zoom rooms. There's a lot. Okay. Yeah. 90% of them suck. I mean, nothing personal, but it's their egomaniacs. It's their attitudes. It's the things they say that you shouldn't say in public. And they think it's funny. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. And most entrepreneurs that come out are not seasoned veterans like myself. They're rookies. And when a rookie runs into a room that there's this overpowering, crazy facilitator just talking nonsense and controlling rooms and running it like a military camp, it doesn't work. And it scares them off. They wonder why they only have 4 or 5 people in a room. There's a reason. Why does Kurt have 20 or 30 people in a room? Because he's Kurt, because he gives everybody the opportunity to speak. As a matter of fact, you almost have to wake him up to get him to speak. So he gives everybody an opportunity to speak more than he lets everybody else speak more than he speaks himself. And that's what makes him a great facilitator.
Yeah. And he definitely, just as he did this round of introducing all of you, he definitely gives. He feeds the person that he's with, that he's talking about. I'm sure that they all come away feeling like they've been blessed.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody give so much back to veteran. I'm a veteran, so I've never seen anybody. And some people say I have a disability. So it's called talk too much itis. So he's laughing his ass off. But what I'm saying to you, I've never seen anybody give so much to veterans and people with disabilities for very, very little in return. I mean, I never see Kurt put up a dollar sign ever. You know what I mean? You almost got to talk me into taking your money. So, that's why I had to make him my business partner and put him on my board of directors so he actually gets paid. So I mean that, and what more, everybody else I met in my life said, gimme. Kurt doesn't say gimme. He says, what can I do for you? How can I help?
Yeah. Excellent.
Who else would like to add? Just add to that, Mark. The power of the networking is not the millions of people in the network, but the handful that give, and don't ask. And Kurt and Mark and Sue and Emily are those type of people. They all reach out and say, how can I help you? Versus, hey, I'm going to take from you. I'm going to take. No, how can I help you? And, I call these guys and these ladies friends. And they're not just business acquaintances. Right. They are friends. And they will help anybody to a certain degree promote and grow whatever idea that they can to the next level.
Excellent. Thank you, Santa.
Mi familia.
There you go. Who else? Sue?
You guys are totally in the same theme of what my mind was wrapping around here of the more you help others, the more you get in return. That's all there is to it. If you got to put others first. If you're only about what you've got going on, you're not going as far as you can. Helping others, it always rewards you in the end. It's just that's that rule that people don't remember. They don't know until once you figure it out. Now you got it.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Anybody else have a comment on that? Kurt?
Well, yeah, what I'll do, if you kind of want, in the recent years, what I have found to be the real secret sauce is this right here. It says, I'm kind of a big deal. So yeah, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny, like I'm putting up there, I'm kind of a big deal. But no, what I do is I aim that when I'm with people, I'm like, Marc Beili, please take the pen, pencil, take the keyboard. I want to know how you would express what we're going to be doing. Regina, you tell me. Sue, you tell me. Emily, you tell me. Santa, you tell me. And, so the real key is like, even with this podcast, even with this live stream, everybody viewing it, if I can do something where somebody cheers within themselves, somebody self-declares, I'm kind of a big deal. That's a success to me, because we live in a world where there's upper echelon socioeconomic status. There's, sacred scripture where our Messiah says, what you do unto the least of these. I don't think one is greater or lesser than the other. I think we're 8 billion people that all have an equal chance to bring this global population to a much better place than what it is today. Given today's news, you keep getting that little urge, like there's got to be a better way, like with Seinfeld with the Festivus episode, right? And it takes empowering other people to be a part of the solution, or
Yeah.
we're all losing out.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Yeah, I love it. Does everybody, I think Emily and Mark, I need you to put your contact information into the private chat, if you will, or you can actually just put it into the public chat at this point, the everyone chat, whatever you'd like in terms of folks to reach out to you. And we're
I
just
did a
going
long
to
time
do,
ago.
okay. Oh, all right. You put it in the public chat already. Okay.
Good.
Very good. Yeah, I was only looking at the private chat, so very good.
Where's it? Oh, private.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. So if we can do a very quick wrap up now with everyone sharing their contact information verbally for our audience, to hear how they can get in touch with you. Kurt, I'll let you run that, okay?
All right. So to contact me, you can email me anytime, Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. And you can give me a call or text me anytime on my Google Voice line, 262-372-1754. And you can find more information on me, kurt.now.site. And if you want to LinkedIn connect, linkedin.com/in/Hey Kurt, HEYKURT. And then we also have our YouTube channel that you'll see a lot of Sue and the rest of us on there, youtube.com/@Ability Network. And don't forget Instagram.com/Roskopf Kurt, ROSKOPF KURT. So Sue, what's yours?
So I have 2 email addresses. You already mentioned the projectdiehard.org. Mine is susan@projectdiehard.org. Or you can reach me at abilityradio@gmail.com. Abilityradio@gmail.com. And LinkedIn, Sue Roskopf. That's real simple to find me there.
All right. Emily, how do people reach and see your stuff?
So you can reach me at Emily Gollmer, digit 1 @gmail.com, or at my Google Voice line 608-886-9801, or it's on LinkedIn, Super Helper 0. Santa.
Hey, I'm easy. Everything is Santa Papa John, and I do videos to promote happiness on 12 different platforms every day. And you can reach me at Santa Papa John at all the different platforms.
And we'll just pipe in here for Mark's sake. He popped off. He's not in the
Hit that
streaming
wrong
right now,
button
but-
again.
What's that?
I say he hit the wrong button again.
Yeah, or maybe he had something to go to. Who knows? But he's on the marktv.com. Marc Beili, BEILIN at quantumideastech.com. And you can catch him on ivodtv.org/on-the-mark-tv. So there you go. That's Marc Beili.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate our time together. And I think through your introductions, we learned a lot about collaboration. Sometimes we don't have to have the discussion. Sometimes just learning what everybody is doing is sufficient because that is what you do, is collaborate. And so your stories tell so much about how we can all be more effective. Thank you, Emily. And so I'm just grateful that you were all here today. Grateful to meet all of you that I hadn't met before. Santa, be sure I'll check yours for where I send my list for what I want for Christmas. Okay.
I've never heard that before.
Never ever. And with that, we will thank our audience for joining us today. Come back again, see us next time on Collaboration Conversations. Thank you.